Hey y'all, so we are writing this essay and it is time to collect evidence. So when we collect evidence, we're actually going to look into the text. Yes, we're actually going to grab our books, we're going to look into the text, and we're going to find some evidence that's going to help us with our story that we have so far. Remember, the example that I'm using is Lord of the Flies. You are actually writing about a raisin in the sun. I'm just using an example of Lord of the Flies to help you understand. So for when you collect evidence, you're going to find 4 pieces of evidence that can help you write a story about an event. When you are doing this, you can use the beginning stage directions that tell you a lot about their family history. You can use quotes from your character that show their personality. So we know that Ruth and Walter are always fighting. That's some personality traits, you know. We can talk about their beliefs. You know that Walter has these dreams that he wants to accomplish, and you can talk about their feelings. Like, we always know the feelings of every single character. So you can definitely use that as pieces of evidence. You're going to write the evidence, the page number that you found it from, and exactly what the quote is. I don't have a Lord of the Flies book in my hand, so I'm going to give you small little pieces of evidence that I know. So for my essay on the Lord of the Flies, I want to actually write about how Ralph got onto the plane. I know that in the text, it says that World War One or World War II, one of the world wars. Anyways, there's World War happening right now. So I know that, and there's a bunch of bombs going off and everything like that. I know that Ralph's dad is in the army because it states that in the text. I also know that they're on a plane. Obviously, the plane crashes. So I know that their plane crashes because that's also in the text. And then I also know the way that Ralph looks, like his descriptions and stuff. So I can use those 4 pieces of evidence to write my essay. So literally all you're doing is going into your book, looking in Act 1, Scene 1, pages 23 to 35 and pages 67 to 75. You're looking at those pages and you're trying to find any evidence about the character that you chose to help you write this narrative about them. So if you're writing about Mama and her $10,000 check, you want to find a lot of quotes about that $10,000 and exactly how she's feeling about the money, what she's doing about the money. If you're writing about Walter and his liquor store, you want to go through and find pieces of evidence about his liquor store and his dreams. If you're writing about Ruth and her getting pregnant, please don't write anything nasty about her getting pregnant. Just tell the story that she got pregnant and found out. But if that's what you want to write about Ruth, then that's perfectly fine. Find the pieces of evidence that talk about her being pregnant. If you want to talk about Benita and her being a doctor, you should go and find quotes about her being a doctor. If you're talking about Travis and his sleeping problem because he's sleeping a lot and he won't wake up when his mom's yelling at him, you can write a story about what happened before. If you're writing about Walter and Ruth's terrible marriage because they argue all the time, there are so many quotes about how much they argue. You can tell a story about their first argument or when their relationship got sour or whatever. You can write literally anything that you want to, anything, but it has to go with the text and it has to be one of those people. You can write about them moving into the apartment, like I said, and they got happy. You can talk about a battle that they had in the restroom because you know that restroom is packed in that kitchenette building. Yeah, I'm not going to give you all these ideas. You can write about any of those things. Now, if you really, really need help with ideas, I want you to scroll down in Google Classroom to I need help and go to brainstorming ideas. And I will give you some more ideas that I have written down that you can write about, but I've given you plenty, so you should be fine, but you can always click on that video and listen to the other reasons. That's all I have. Make sure you find your 4 pieces of evidence. You put the page number and you just type them in. Bye. Hasta luego.